Good morning, of you. So we'll continue with the Gauss law applications. So today, let me discuss the first of the induced charges concept. Then from there, I'll proceed to the electric field due to charged conducting plates. From there, what the topics, electric pressure, all other different ideas will come. So let me just go back to the induced charge concept ideas, because already now we know electric field potential due to conductor, charged spherical conductor. Those ideas we are going to apply it here. So you have a question. I'll magnify it, read once. We'll discuss some about the potentials also. With cavity, all some potentials come, so what has to be, how to manage the question. Say solid conducting sphere. So this is that solid conducting sphere. It is having a charge Q. So this charge, let me represent here. Plus Q it is. And plus Q and minus Q are kept at distance d from center of sphere as shown in figure. So what is asking is now, the electric potential at center of the solid sphere. So first you go back to the, so there is sphere. We have R, and there are 2 point charges which are kept, plus Q minus Q. Okay, they're positive. So both are equidistant. No? So that is telling. So same thing, the question, I'm just redrawing it. Okay, no. Without these point charges, what will be the charge? They'll be uniform, no? Because of plus Q minus Q open, the charge distributed will be uniform. The resultant charge will be positive only, and it will be non-uniform distribution. Actually, not needed. So that you'll understand. That's why I'm showing it here. So if you calculate the point 1, 2, and 3, sigma 1 not equal to sigma 2 not equal to sigma 3. Have some information, really very good in so many MCQs if they ask you. So there's a point 2. Let me take it. So what is the total charge? That is plus Q, which will be non-uniform charge distribution. Is asking potential at point 2. So what is a general rule? I'm making statement. The potential at point 2 is what? Due to superposition of, due to all charged systems. Nothing to do like only charge inside, charge outside Gaussian surface will contribute potential. Potential at a point O is due to what? Due to superposition of, due to all charged systems. Okay, let's write the equation. Potential at point O. First, what all that non-uniform charge distribution will be at a distance R only. So you're going to write KQ by R. Due to this point charge, KQ by D.
Sir, why did the sphere attain positive charge, sir?
Read the question. Having a charge Q, no? The sphere is having a charge Q. Fine. The sphere was given a charge Q plus Q. So this will be our answer. Can we find out electric field at point 2? So, nothing. Can we find out electric field point 2? It is non-zero, but we can't determine. Cannot be determined. For that, what we should know, how the charge is distributed on the surface. That equation, if you know it, you can generate. So as such, the mathematics what we know, or the theory what we know, we can't even predict how the charge is distributed. So at our level, we say cannot be determined. But we do have mathematics, or we do have a electrostatic statistical ideas where we can find out this distribution of charge also. Which is not part of syllabus. I'm just trying to avoid that. Okay, come for next question. All these are just based on small information. What all we studied, no, that we have to apply here in systematically. Okay, let's come for this. Consider a neutral spherical conductor of radius r as shown in figure. I think some of you are, I'll magnify the diagram. Okay, read the question now. Radius of curvature, if any external charge is present near a conducting charge surface, the distribution will be non-uniform. Charge on an isolated conducting surface depends on radius of curvature. Okay, got, I think I clarified long back. Once again, I repeat, the charge on an isolated conducting surface depends on radius of curvature. If any external charge system is there or external field is there, then it doesn't depend on radius of curvature. Oh, is it a shell or I didn't see? Is it a shell or a sphere? Okay, somebody, field is 0 is telling a shell or sphere. It is a sphere, then it should be 0. Sorry, yeah. A conducting sphere, then it must be 0. Okay, I thought shell it is. If the shell, then it'll become, we have to check it, that one. Yeah. Okay, I'll make correction. So it's a conductor, no? Again, we'll violate the basic law itself. It's there inside the conductor, no? Net field should be the due to static charges. I'll just make correction. Okay, fine, yeah. Thank you for correction. Okay, we'll move next. I'll come for this. The same similar idea. Neutral spherical conductor of radius r as shown. A point charge q is placed at a distance r from center of conductor as shown. Determine the potential of conductor and potential at point A, O, B, at A due to induced charge, at B due to induced charge. We have to calculate the potential of conductor at point A, O, and B. So a point charge Q is kept here. Okay, this is a conductor, let R be the radius. There's a point 2. The point here is, there's a point charge. Let's give point charge is kept from the center. So this distance is R. Okay, now we'll proceed here. So what this point charge will do? Will induce charge, no? Induced charge, let me show by. That color, I'll show the induced charge. So how the induced charge should be non-uniform. Already we have. Show such a way that it should be non-uniform. So here it should be positive. Okay, fine. So they did their boat. So now under these circumstances, is asking of conductor and potential at these are the points. Point A, point B. They are on the circumference of that one. We have to calculate here. First, what are the charge induced? So is it minus Qi plus minus Q plus Q? No, it is some charge. So how much that one? We don't know that. It will be better write Qi plus Qi. How much magnitude? We don't know that, but the resultant should be 0. It's electrically neutral, no? Earlier it was neutral. Okay, let's come for that one. Potential at point 2. It's due to what? Due to induced charge, due to point charge. Due to both of the things, no? So what is due to induced charge? It should be 0, no? Because what is the resultant charge on the surface of conductor? Should be 0. Plus due to point charge, kq by. And we know conductor is an equipotential. Copper. So let me write here. There's a copper sphere. Conductor is an equipotential. So therefore VA equal to VO equal to VB. Fine. So the first part of conductor and potential at AOB is telling total potential, net potential at point AOB. It is equal to this much. Okay, let's come for at A due to induced charge, at B due to induced charge. How to get only at induced charge here now? What all potential at A is due to what? Due to induced charge plus due to point charge, no? So I'll break up superposition principle I'll use. So potential at A is equal to potential at A due to induced charge plus potential at A due to point charge. Potential at A due to potential, net potential at A should be equal to KQR. Due to induced charge, we don't know. So here also symbols, everywhere will take same symbols. Yeah. Now potential at A due to point charge. Due to point charge, how much it should be? KQR minus D. KQR minus KQR minus D. There's a potential at A due to induced charges. Similarly, potential at B due to induced charge. The method is same. VB equal to VBI plus two problems I'm just doing. No, the first 3 problems are very important. You can manage most of the numericals. I'm making things clear. Potential at B is equal to potential at O or a net potential. So this is KQR. Due to induced charge, we don't know because we don't know about charge distribution. So write VB as it is. Potential at B due to point charge. KQ D plus R. So therefore VBI equal to KQR minus KQ D minus R. These are the things which needed. What is that? Is R not D?
So what is D, sir?
Oh, capital R D we assumed it. Oh, capital R I should bring it, no? Radius of the sphere, how much capital R? I'll change it. I'll change it. I think okay, no?
Sir, R plus R, sir.
Last one, R plus R. This is plus sign. Yeah, look at the radius of this. I thought D, no, small d. Okay, it's capital R given. Fine, yeah. Fine, this is, so how to get the induce potential at any point due to induced charge, there's a one method. I think earlier classes I shown due to electric field due to induced charges. So there's a one idea. These are very popular, can be asked in advance. So very good possibilities there. Already I think twice they have asked. So, but it's unlimited, no? You can bring any situation, you can ask you anything. Yeah.
Sir, second equation in VB.
What is second equation? No? Smaller, so point A at what distance will be smaller minus
Q by
capital R.
smaller is equal to, sir.
Yes, anybody?
Sir, it is KQ by smaller is equal to, sir, by Mr. Euro plus.
Where? This one, huh?
Second equation.
Second equation, huh?
Right side, sir.
Sets.
Here, huh? Okay, that one, I'll check it. Potential at B is what? KQ by smaller VBI plus, this will be KQ smaller plus capital R. Okay, what is the correction?
Equal to sign, sir. You kept a plus sign here.
VBI.
After KQ by R, you kept a plus sign. It should be equal to sign.
This should be this should be plus sign, huh? I don't think so. Nothing, no.
Equation VB equal to, no, sir. VB is
Oh, here.
equal to sign.
Okay, fine, yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, fine. And now for this, the same idea is what you have to implement here. These are the typical questions what you have. So in few of the books it's available. I just picked up one. Okay, read the question. A conducting sphere of radius r and charge q is placed near a uniformly charged non-conducting infinite large thin plate. Charge density is sigma. Then find the potential at point A on the surface of sphere due to charge on the sphere. The same similar idea what earlier problem, no? that we have to apply here. So instead of their point charge, here I'm bringing a sheet. I'll give some better diagram. The sheet and the sphere. Okay, let's have this one. So there's a point O. So there's A, and this distance is telling is equal to 4r. Radius of the sphere is r. This angle, let me write. say theta or some alpha. I'll write it. What is alpha? The theta naught will make it confused with the charge. Already there's some charge. Okay, what this plate will do? There's a thin plate having a charge density. I don't know it's a conductor or that one. So altogether it will produce electric field, no? So there's a plate, you write it nearby. There's a conducting sphere. It's asking find the potential at point A due to charge on sphere. So will they only, charge will be uniform distribution. The very first question you have to ask it, will the charge will be distributed uniformly? The answer is no. For our understanding purpose, roughly, don't show uniform distribution. Let's not bother about how that actually charge. Just show that some like this one. So yes, to calculate now potential at point A due to such charge distribution, there is no way you are going to find expression for charge distribution, then work out. So you should avoid that mathematical thinking. So take help of superposition principle. First, potential at point O. Potential at point O, the net potential at point O. Due to induced charge, due to charge on a plate, plus due to total charge on the sphere. So what all the charge induced? So there'll be charge induced. This plate will induce a charge minus Q and plus Q. For your convenient only. Actually, I should not draw this. For your convenient only, I'm showing it here. Actually, I should not draw this. So resultant charge is what actually you have to show. So to make you understand, I'm just putting here. Then positive charge. Is it okay? No. So all this. So the green color is due to this one, due to plate. And the positive charge plus Q is what already which was present here. So this is, don't blame me. What all this is there. Due to plate on sphere. And what is this positive, this particular sign? Charge plus Q given to sphere. Is that okay? No? Okay, let's proceed here now. Okay, work out what best you can do here now. So similar idea, what earlier problem I did, no? The same method, what you can apply it. So what is the potential at point two? I'll proceed like this. Okay, work out now. So meanwhile, I'll set these things. Okay, no, right. Potential at point two. What is the total potential at point two? Due to charge on the sphere plus charge due to plate, no? So I'll write it like this. Net potential at point two equal to charge on the sphere due to sphere, charge on the sphere due to plate. Shall we write like this? At O, no? It is. Any of symbols you can apply. Now write the equation. Potential at point two. This should be, you better write like this. There will be induced charge. There is a plus Q charge will be there. Minus Qi and plus Qi. Will I agree? So this should be what will happen? Plus Qi minus Qi by R. Potential at point O due to plate. We don't know this one, no? So call this is VOP due to plate. Using like this. So this should be equal to VO equal to KQ by R plus VOP. Call equation 1. Similarly, potential at point A. Any method for this, getting the potential at point A? Now, what we have to calculate? We have to calculate this one, potential at point A due to charge on sphere. This is an unknown thing which has to be determined. We don't know this. And do we know VA? So in any one best equation can you write here? Potential at point A must be equal to potential at point O. Any reason for this? There's a concept of the problem. Because what is the reason for that? Conductor is an equipotential. Conductor is equipotential surface. Conductor is equipotential. I'm writing nearby this condition. Okay, now with this idea, now what you can write it here? Can you write VA equal to VO? So VA should be equal to what? VO. So here I'm writing it is equal to VO, which is equal to this, we don't know, which we have to calculate. This also called VAP. Okay, answers. KQ bar, let's see. Now, let's assume that there is no charge. There is no conducting sphere. What is the potential difference VAO? Or VAP minus VOP. So let's come for the electrostatics. This one I'll take it here like and all. Delta V. So VAP minus VOP should be equal to E into R cos alpha. What is E? E should be equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Okay, look at this. VAP minus VOP. Is it okay? From where I brought electrostatics, delta V potential difference is equal to E into this one. Without the sphere present, what is the potential difference at point A and O? In the absence of sphere, it's given by this particular formula. Okay, now let's come for this. We have VOP value. So I'll substitute this value here. KQ by R plus VOP equal to KQ by R plus this will be VOP minus VAP. Substitute all the values, you'll get the required answer. I'll write the next step, KQ by R. VOP minus VNO, so this will become minus of sigma R by 2 epsilon naught cos alpha. This is our answer. No integration. That at least these induced charges, you're not going to use integration, just the logical thinking. I'll bring the total, all the total discussion in one view. Just see once. Okay, fine. I there's nothing wrong in drawing Qi plus Qi, that one, so that it'll be easy for you to write few set of equations. That's why I just brought it here.
Sir,
Yeah.
why is the sphere placed close to the plate, sir?
Why the sphere?
In the question, they gave that sphere is placed close to the plate.
See, plate, actually plate, do you get infinite large plate possible?
No, sir.
Non-conducting infinite large plate, and so then the find the potential on the surface of sphere due to charge on sphere. A conducting sphere of radius r and charge q is placed near a uniformly charged non-conducting infinite large thin plate. It is brought even if it is far away. So practically what will happen, this thing in infinite, but practically what happen, you don't get infinite, no? The field will not be uniform at far away due to edge effects all. That's why nearby plate, we are discussing the field to be uniform. That's why we have to work out. Okay, come for next one. So I just picked up some 7 problems. Huh? If once you are aware of this, you can really manage other things. Huh? This is some small problem. A thin metallic read the question. Again, go for the rough diagram. I think just previous problem only, I just asked you in a very simplified one. Is there in SURMA objective? And the same question is available in SURMA in objective. So again, there's a thing. So there is a point charge. So we'll give different colors to the charge of that one. So there's a point charge Q, which is at center. There's already some charges there, and one another charge is kept here. Now, what should the charge distribution on the surface will be non-uniform. Will be non-uniform. Show it more and start showing less. Then due to this minus Q1, so this just for your understanding, actually, we need not to do all this. So directly we can jump into problem. Okay, this one. So there's a positive, and this will also induce charge. No, it will induce charge minus Q on inner surface and plus Q on outer surface. So altogether, the charge distribution will be non-uniform. That much I can say. Non-uniform charge distribution. Non-uniform charge density. Okay, now he's asking now, he didn't ask any mathematics, just force on the central charge due to shell. And the force on the central charge due to shell is asking. Electrostatic induction, can you take help of that? Due to Q1, will it interact with plus Q? No, not possible, no. So no question of that. But he's asking force on the central, this one. So look at all this charge, no? So it will be located, whatever the charge distribution, but it will be symmetric, that one. So definitely the force will be 0. But he's asking now, the force on the central charge due to shell is, should be 0 or non-zero. Due to Q1, Q1, what happened will induce charge here minus Q1 plus Q1. This. So because of that, what happened? So there's no force on Q1 due to that. So due to shell also, there should not be any force, that one. Will agree this? Got it idea? So or nothing but Faraday's electrostatic induction or Faraday's cage, the best example is. So all objective questions are no mathematics, nothing. Just you have to stick on to the basic ideas here. Even diagram not essential. Only looking at question you can analyze here. Okay, come for next one. Read the question. A thin metallic shell, a thin metallic shell, spherical shell contains a charge Q over it. A point charge plus Q is placed inside the shell at point T, separated from the center by distance A. Another point charge Q1 is placed outside the shell at a distance B. So this distance is B. This may confuse you. Now select correct statement from the following. Electric field is centered due to charge or outer surface of the shell is 0. And anybody? Can we say anything about electric field center due to charge or outer surface of the shell? Will be non-zero, no? Because this will induce charge minus Q1, non-uniform distribution. Definitely the electric field at point will be non-zero and we can't determine. So this will be totally ruled out. Dicey, looking at this, we'll write the answers, you know. E at center C due to charge or outer surface of shell is. E at center C due to charge over outer surface of shell is Q1 by 4 pi epsilon B square. It should be non-zero, but can we say anything about E at center C due to charge over outer surface of shell is? Can we pick up this option? Or I'll come to E. First, C and D will determine. First come for C, that one. Electric potential at center due to all charges is. All charges. Potential at center C. First, KQ by C. Next, KQ1 by B plus KQ by R. Oh, this should be here. Yeah. it justify this answer? Option C, shall I pick up? Due to this charge is how much? KQ by A. Due to point charge plus Q, KQ by A. It will induce charge minus KQ by R, here minus Q and plus Q will be induced, no, here minus Q plus Q. But the resultant of this at center C will be 0 only. So due to outermost charge KQ by R, then due to this point charge KQ by B. So shall I pick up this option? But sir, this will be non-uniform charge distribution. I think the net charge will be at a distance R only. How it is distributed, irrespective of that, the net charge will be at a distance R only. So charge on inner and outer surface will be non-uniform distribution, but the net charge will be minus Q, will be Q only. Look at compared to both inner outer surface. Is it okay? No. So option C I'll pick up. Then electric potential at center due to all charges cannot be calculated. So we have worked out no option C. So this is ruled out. Come for B now. Minus Q plus Q. What is the total charge on outer surface will be Q, capital Q plus small q. Inner surface of charge will be minus Q and it will be non-uniform charge distribution again. So it is justified to write this answer. Option B, shall we put it cross mark?
Sir, can you explain option A once again?
Option, which option?
Option A, sir.
Option C, huh?
A, sir.
Option A, electric field is center due to charge over outer surface of shell is 0. So this is one is asking now. At point C, so you do one thing. So what about this charge distribution will be non-uniform? I think I'll draw the diagram rather than speaking loudly. What is this charge distribution will be? So more negative charge minus Q here. It'll be like this, no? And our outer surface, it will be, again, because of plus Q1, it will be non-uniform distribution. I don't know how that not, so roughly to show non-uniform, I'm putting charges like this. Can you really say anything about this condition now? You see clearly. This is what happens here. This will induce charge minus Qi plus Qi. So I'm just showing only that these things. So can we find out field at point C due to this type of charge distribution? Not possible, no? Okay, no? See, whenever you're calculating potential, potential should be only due to what? Potential is due to all superposition of all charges system. Nothing to do with Gauss law here. No need of Gaussian surface. Only when electric field comes, you should discuss about that one. A net field at point electric field center due to charge over. Now, what is the net field at point C? Can you find out really? Due to point charge, I can say that's all. Remaining other charges, I can't say. So therefore, altogether, we cannot determine. Okay, let's come similarly.
Sir, in option C, can you explain why is the potential due to point Q is KQ by A, sir?
I think symbols given like that only, no? I'll scroll up. Where are we? This one only. Oh, yeah. Potential at point C due to this point charge KQA. Okay, fine. Due to this point charge, so I'll highlight one by one. Due to this point charge, KQ1 by B. Okay, fine. Due to this point charge, KQ by A.
Why is it KQ by A, sir?
Potential due to point charge, how much? KQ by A, no? It's a Q is a point here, no? You see a point charge plus Q is placed inside the shell at a point T separated from the center by distance A. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now come for this. Next again. This again, it's there in ADO possibility of asking as it is. I just picked up. As it is, they can ask you. A point charge plus Q is located at a distance X from the center O of an uncharged thick neutral conducting shell. Is there in ADO possibility of asking as it is? So just make observation. Shell of inner radii R1 and outer radii R2. Find the VA, VB, and VP. Is asking to calculate potential at point A, B, and potential at point P. Point P is here. The best question you can say this. This on induced charges. This will be definitely best question. So what about the charge distribution? It's saying it's a neutral. Workout. So just you distribute like show that non-uniform distribution. At least what happen, you'll get some better picture. So when writing equation, you'll not be in trouble. So I'll start with this. The charge distribution will be here. I have to show more charge here, no, like this. Here you show less charge, but the total charge should be how much again? Equal to minus Q. This should be equal to total will be minus Q. Outside it will go plus Q. It's a sphere only. It's a sphere only. It appears ellipse. Okay, fine. Now it looks like sphere. What about charge on outer surface will be distributed uniformly? In icon questions are there, but they're spread it somewhere randomly here and there, not at one place. So total charge will be plus Q. So if you are interested, take point, like there's a point A, point B, point C and D. Right, very specifically, sigma A not equal to sigma B, whereas sigma C equal to sigma D. Now let's get the expression for potential at point A. Any equation can you write? Potential at point A. So what is the method? Due to super potential at point O. He's asking, find the potential, because at A point charge is kept, no? Potential at point O first. What is the method? Superposition principle. Take superposition principle, that one. What all potential at point O should be the charge distribution, like a potential due to all charges system. First due to point charge. KQ by X. Then due to charge, induced charge on inner surface. K minus Q R1. Then due to charge on outer surface, R2. So this should be our answer. KQX minus KQR1 plus KQR2. Okay, now really troublesome is asking potential at point B. Let's come for first potential at point P. Then I can do something with this is that R, no? How to calculate potential at point P? Look at the charge distribution on outer surface. Is it uniform or non-uniform? Uniform. Then how do it is similar to like a radial outward field? So the charge distribution will be the lines of force, and I'm showing the lines of force. Complete diagram is visible. Look at the lines of force. So it is similar to like a radial outward field, no? Okay, now can you say anything about this? So we don't have any much formulas. The basic things what we learned, no, those things let's apply it. So what are the few things here? Sigma A, thickness of the nib, no? Oh, yeah. Sigma A not equal to sigma B. Sigma C equal to sigma D. Let's come for this. This is similar to like a conducting charged sphere, that one. The field is given by that. So therefore, what is the potential at point P? Potential at point P is given by simple KQ by R. Because look at the field. Field is similar to what? The field outside the shell is similar to conducting charged sphere. So therefore, I'll now potential at point B should be equal to how much? KQ by R2. So what is the expression for field at point P? I'll write that expression, that one. It is similar to this one. So use E equal to dou V by dou R formula and work out.
Sir, what is capital Q?
So I wrote capital Q, small q only it should be. Symbol, yeah. Small q we took.
KQ by R square.
R square, yeah. I'm writing this equation looking at the field. Because it is similar to like the outer surface will be like a similar to like a charged conducting sphere. That's why I wrote this equation. Okay, so this will be it's then Edo, so definitely they'll try to trouble you questions of these kind. Before going for advanced, no, just do refer once these questions of this kind. Completed. Okay, now we'll go for next. So I'll let me take to this one. This again very the overall cavity idea. A solid spherical conductor of radius r has a spherical cavity inside it. A point charge q is placed center of the cavity. Let Vp be potential of conductor. So there's a point P is giving. Find Vp when q is not at center of cavity. Find Vp when cavity is not spherical. Again, there's a copper sphere. If you refer some electrodynamics by I.E. Irido, they didn't give diagram, but he has made a discussion. In one of the paragraph, he's telling like, if you have any cavity in a conductor, then the position of cavity, the immaterial, it doesn't matter. So, depending on convenient, you can shift wherever you want. Depending upon your convenient, you can shift wherever you want. The reason for that, what actually happens here? There's a neutral, no? There's a neutral. So first we will go like this here. When Q is not at, so there's the first diagram. So any charge will be induced. I think I need one more, no? Below that, there's a question. Oh. I'll shift this. We have 3 cases, huh? Okay, now let's come for this. This is our question. Okay, we'll isolate it. Let's come for this. So what this point charge will do? Will induce charge minus Q. As it is at center of cavity, so it will be uniform. So I'll put a minus Q charge. And what it will do? It will induce charge, this one. See, all these are actually not concepts. Huh? These are some relevant data related to conductors, which in our books not there. They have put it in the form only in the numericals it's available. But actually what happened, a good textbook should have described all the points. It should have been nice. So student would have read and you would have applied. They didn't discuss anything. Net field inside the conductor due to static charges must be 0. Finish over. That is the only point one they have placed it. Remaining all we have numericals here. But you take a electrodynamics IEDO, no, he has really worked out a lot. Vectors, what are the conditions needed, everything. So what should be the charge? It should be Q only, plus Q. Uniform or non-uniform? Uniform charge distribution. Okay, tell me now, what will the field? I think it's similar to previous problem what I discussed, no? It is similar to previous problem what I discussed. So therefore now, how I can show field lines? Same earlier, the field lines I'll show by color. So it is similar to charged conductor. So therefore, what is the potential at point P? Shall we directly write the answer? Potential at point P is equal to K Q by R. Now you display this cavity. You change the position of cavity. Still what will happen? the field outside the lines of force, anything will change, magnitude or the charge on outer surface, will it change? No. Irrespective of position of cavity means don't bring outside. Anywhere inside the copper sphere, you displace the cavity. The charge distribution on outer surface will not change. The lines of force will not get disturbed. So therefore, what is the conclusion now? The position of cavity, account or convenient, we can place it wherever we want. That's what happens in numericals. Here is what I'm introducing that particular thing. Okay, next in second case, there's a first case, no? Now come for second case. So the point charge is not at center of cavity. Then charge will be induced. So it will be minus charge. More negative charge will be induced here. Less charge. Minus Q charge. Again, charge on outer surface. Charge on outer surface should be uniform. Okay, again the same lines of force. I'll draw it. Okay, so again, what is the expression for potential here? The same equation, I'll write it, no? Okay, for this, the third case. Now, what about the charge distribution? Definitely will be non-uniform. You can see the cavity. Here I'll show more. And again, on outer surface will be uniform. So the field lines similar to conducting sphere. So what is the potential at point P? Again, it is equal to KQ by R. So shall I put in, if you really might have seen, potential due to, in second case again, it's how the outer surface will behave. Outer surface will behave similar to what, like similar to the charged conducting sphere, no? The lines of force are similar to that one. So what is the potential on surface of conducting sphere? KQ by R, the same formula. Even the third case also. I'm not bothered about that cavity inside that one. So even for that, anybody, sir, why you are writing equation and you're not giving any very good reason also. Somehow you are telling charge distribution is similar to conducting charge sphere. I'm using Faraday's cage, that's all here. So what is actually the effect of cavity on outer surface will not be there. Similarly, the effect of charge on outer surface will not have any influence on inside the cavity. That's all. It's either way, vice versa. External charge will not have influence anything on inside the cavity. Similarly, the charge system inside the cavity will not have any influence on external charge system. But sir, I'll make it Q, I'll make it 2Q. As the induced charge, due to that, it will change. But what all you are calculating field, no? So directly what happened, you have to apply the, it is uniform charge distribution. So it is similar to like a conducting charged sphere. So what is the electric field? KQ by R square. So you apply that one, at infinity will be 0. So apply the concept. It is similar to uniform charged conducting sphere. So therefore, what is the potential on the surface? KQ by R. So this will be really troublesome because we don't have any firm formula here. The basic concepts is what we are applying it here. Shall I proceed down? So the position of point charge inside the cavity, the shape of cavity will not determine or will not have any influence on the distribution of charge on outer surface. Long back in the beginning only we have made that clear, no? That only I'm applying here. And with the outer charged surface similar to charged conducting sphere. That's why I'm able to write equation. If it is some other shape, some rectangle, outside it's like a cubical box, I cannot write KQ by R. I don't know formula for what will be the potential on the surface of a cuboid or on a cube. Okay, take this one. This is you can say basics of electricity. What we say current electricity, that particular concept of current electricity is what is being generated from this particular diagram. Now there's a conducting neutral iron sphere. Or it is the same concept here now. So what this plus Q, it will induce charge. No? So let's show that induced charges here. It will induce charge like this, then positive charge on this side. Will you write this as equal to how much? How much this induced charge? We don't know. Qi plus Qi. So there's a problem. Now I'm trying to find out how much that induced charge by this experiment. In all other numericals, we were just only saying plus Qi minus Qi. Now here I'm going to predict the magnitude. Just find the induced charge on the sphere after when it is earthed. Sphere when it is earthed. So now I don't know Qi. So now what I do is like, I will earth it. So when you earth it, what point of potential of conductor should be 0. So looking at the second diagram, potential at point 2 should be equal to what also. There'll be some charge left over. Some induced charge will be left over. I don't know what is that induced charge. Even sign also I don't know. Even I said, is it plus Qi, minus Qi? We don't know anything that one. So there is some induced charge will be there, that will be Qi. So what is the potential of point 2? Potential at point 2 should be equal to the induced charge present on the iron sphere. Due to that, sir, is it uniform or non-uniform? Is it non-uniform? Write it here. But still that all the whole charge will be at additions R plus R equal to KQ by X. We know that one potential you do write like this A, and this you write G. Potential of ground or earth should be 0, no? And there's a wire, copper wire, you take it. So what should be the potential, no? Potential of O should be equal to potential of A should be equal to G should be equal to 0. Equate this to 0. 0 equal to KQI R plus KQX. So QI is equal to QR by X. Okay, this is about the induced charge. I got negative sign. What does it mean? Negative charge will be present. The positive charge will be pushed to the earth. Why? Because Newton Coulomb's repulsive force. There's a positive point charge. There's a negative induced charge will be attracted by point charge. Positive induced charge will be pushed to the earth. Only when you close the switch. When you open the switch, what will happen? When you open the switch, so Qi what cannot flow anywhere. It cannot fly. It cannot jump. So now by closing the switch, you are providing a path. You are providing a path for the charge to flow. So that Qi charge will pass through like this. Like this continuously, if the charge moves, then continuously there'll be a flow of charge across this wire. So rate of flow of charge will be current. If I connect one ammeter, no, it will start showing deflection. So there's a basic for the current electricity. Like from here is what they started. Okay, like that I can make a charge continuously to flow in through a wire. So that flow of charge, if I can control, I can control the flow of electrical power. So first what when J.J. Thomson, when he discovered electron, no, then he went to Royal Society. I discovered electron, means like he just said, okay, there's an electron like this. Through this we can transfer power. Everyone laughed and they asked him, what is the mass of electron? How much of energy it will carry? What is the use of this? Then today what all we have, who is transferring energy for us? Electrons only, no? You see this, electron is a tiny particle, but what all we are getting electrical power due to whom? Due to electrons only. They are only helping us to live. The tiny particles, what's happened? They're transferring the energy, that one. They're transferring agents. They are only transferring the energy in the form of electrical energy, that one. Got this? So any compression based questions can be asked. You have to be careful. I'm sorry. I'll keep negative charge here, minus Q. Then what happen here? You will get plus QI. Okay, last one. Then we'll go for conducting plates. There's a cavity here. Cavity, I'll shade it. Read the question. The above previous question, what? Yeah.
If the same previous question, if instead of having the charge outside, if I have the charge inside a cavity inside the conductor, then how to do, sir?
Do a thing and work out, no? Do a thing. What you have to work out. Okay, now
Okay, sir.
Just work out here. Huh? Anything later on I can help you. Okay, conducting sphere of radius B. Okay, there's a conducting sphere. Let me write iron sphere. Oh, cavity. This one. Okay, read the question. Meanwhile, I'll shade it. Look at now this one. Is asking now, there's a point charge Q naught is there. There already plus Q charge is there. Inside the cavity is kept again Q charge at 0.01. Potential of conductor, charge distribution in the surface of cavity. What about charge distribution in the surface? Okay, uniform. I think there's a correct statement. So there's no problem with this. All of you read the question. Point charge Q is plate, center of cavity. Q charge is given to conducting sphere and charge Q naught is, there are three charges there. Q naught, point charge outside, Q charge on the surface of conductor. Small q is the charge kept at the center of the cavity. What about charge distribution on outer surface of conductor? Uniform or non-uniform?
Non-uniform.
Should be non-uniform. I think every problem, just you better have this idea. It will be easy. Call this non-uniform. Keep it here now. Charge distribution on inner surface of cavity should be uniform because point charge is kept at center of cavity. No, there's a correct statement. Then potential of conductor is asking. Charge distribution on outer surface is conducting sphere non-uniform. Okay, there's a correct statement. This will go for it. Okay, let's come for option B and D. Can we pick up anything? No, potential of conductor is where we can find out potential very easily at 0.01. No, so I'll write the equation. Potential at 0.01. Due to point charge Q naught. K Q naught by 4 pi will not be there. No, see, you will keep it like this. Then minus Q charge. So 0.01, you see that one, the 0.01 So that minus q charge will be a no. So how do that whole charge will appear like a symmetrically? So if you draw that one, so that minus q plus q, that everything what happen will nullify, no? So therefore, at point 0.01, you see that one, the charge on outer surface, how much it should be? Capital Q plus small q, no? From where small q will come? The charge, point charge q kept at the center of cavity will induce charge minus q, and on outer surface will be plus q. I think I'll give a diagram. This is radius b. I'll putting all the information. Q naught plus q. This will induce charge minus q. Then on outside it will be q plus q. Okay, there's a 0.01. Write it all the things. So this distance will be c. I'll write down the equation. This will be k q naught by c. What about this due to this charge and this one?
0.
Should be 0, that one, plus q minus q. Because if you draw a Gaussian surface, where do this minus q will appear for you? At the center of Gaussian surface, no? Similar to that. So the resultant will be okay, take this one. So this should be equal to k q plus q by b. So this option will pick up. Now what about electric field at O1? We can't find out, no? Okay, fine.
O1 0 no sir.
Which one?
Electric field at O1.
Inside the sphere, no, sir.
It should be 0. It should be 0, yeah. No, you should not pick up at least that option. Huh? Net field inside the connector due to static charges must be 0. I'll go to the plates. Huh? We have to, I should introduce to the conducting plate. Conducting plate. Huh? So okay, there's a conducting plate. I'll give a charge to it. I'll give a plus q charge. What will happen to this? There's a let me take iron. This iron conducting plate. It is. Where do this charge will go? The charge will reside, and it will reside on the faces like this. Time being, let me take tin conducting plate. Tin or thick doesn't matter. So for our simplicity, let me make it tin. The charge will reside on the surface of conductor only. Charge will reside at the edges. It's a large conducting plate. What we're discussing is of this kind of. It's a large, that one. So what all so only I'm interested on this flat faces here. I'm not bothered about this face and this face. Okay, are you getting all of you? This one, as it is thin, it doesn't matter. We are not bothered about only the charge on this face, and and the opposite face is what I'm sure I'm going to focus more on that one. As this is a thin, no, so the amount of charge present will be negligible. Let's assume that one. So I want now the electric field due to this particular charge conducting plate. So I'll assume a Gaussian surface. I'll assume a cylinder. Let me assume a Gaussian cylinder. I'm showing little bit different in SURMA. He has assumed cylinder inside the material. You can do that to show that net field inside the conductor must be 0 for that purpose. So here, let me do a little bit different. There's a cylinder. So here, how the n cap for this surface will be like this, and the n cap for this will be like this, and the e bar will be in this direction. Similarly, the n cap for this will be e bar, and here n cap. So there are surfaces. This is surface 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this particular sigma will come, sigma into picture. What is sigma? Surface charge density, which is defined by Q by A. Total charge is given Q that will get distributed uniformly. I'll take out that Q, so it's not of our discussion. So charge density on each plate will be how much? Q by A. Let Q be the charge on each face. Or if I give 2Q charge, Q and Q will come. Yeah. Now come back here. So these are the two surfaces I have. So delta S, then this be delta S. What about the flux by sigma third and fourth surface will be 0. So I'll begin the calculations. So total flux equal to flux 1, 2, 3, and 4. This should be equal to Q in by F naught. What is the flux due to first surface? E and N are parallel. So therefore E into delta S. E into delta S. Here also E and N are parallel to each other. So cos 0, angle between them is 0 degrees. This one. What is phi 3? E bar is along x-axis. N cap is along y-axis at 3 and 4. So therefore flux will be 0. So what is Q in? Charge enclosed. So both the Gaussian surfaces, both the Gaussian cylinders are enclosing a charge. So therefore this should be equal to sigma into delta S, sigma into delta S. 2E delta S. So how much the total field will be? Sigma by epsilon naught. The problem is not over. There's a net field outside the conducting sheet. So here afterwards, when you get a conducting sheet, there's a method is what you have to show it. So there's a field, and the field will be uniform. Practically, you can't get large sheet. So what happens? At the middle of the sheet, the field will be equal to sigma by epsilon naught. As you reach the edges, the edge effect will come. Due to that, what happens? The field will be non-uniform. If it is a positive charge, if the positive charge, you have to show like this. If the negative charge, then the field should be towards sigma, sigma. What all you give charge, that charge will go in this side on either faces, not like a conducting sheet. Not like a non-conducting sheet. So this is what actually in the books they have, okay, ended up like this here. But you look at the SURMA, it didn't stop here only. If I just say this much only, okay, there's electric field due to conducting sheet, I think you'll be in a very big trouble. You further, when you learn capacitor chapter now, you'll be in a big trouble. Almost you don't know concept. You are very good in capacitor chapter, you can solve any problem, but still you don't know the concept itself, clarity, that one. If I stop it here only. In the SURMA, what is telling, like don't think just like this only. Further, you make it here. Now let's come like this. If there are 2 point charges are there. So what this point charge will do, will produce field on either side, no? Getting the idea, no? The same similar condition. Here also open the charge which is distributed, treat like a point charge. So what this particular charge will do, it will produce field on either side. So let me give the number. I'll start giving number. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. So what actually it does, it will produce field. but books, they are not showing. Why they should not show? Because you should never show lines of force inside the conductor. That's why when they avoided this diagram in SQL multiple, he explained using the sentence. He didn't show even the diagram also. Why the field at point P inside the conductor must be 0. So I'm interested in these points. So our answer is this much, no? I'll write it here, sigma by epsilon naught. Okay, now I'm interested in the points. So this is S, this is R. So what is the field at point S and R? It is equal to sigma by epsilon naught, that we know it. Okay, let's come for that one. Here, any charge present here or should produce field on either side, no? Similar to point charge idea. Similar to point charge. So here also you assume a small elemental charge. It will produce field on either side. So why the net field at point P is 0? Because like a field due to 2 and 3 will cancel out. That's why the net field inside the conductor is 0, that one. And what is the point P? It lies inside the conductor. And what is the sigma what we have? It's a static charge. So therefore net field inside the point P due to static charges must be 0. And then what about E1 and E2? You look at this, how do this face will appear like a non-conducting charge sheet, no? Each face of a conducting sheet, charged conducting sheet will behave like a non-conducting charge sheet. I'm putting one statement here. Each face of a charged conducting sheet will behave as a non-conducting charged sheet. This is the core golden statement of this particular discussion. In it's not my idea, just SQL Mortman is very beautifully as explained here. Because why he is asking you to think is keeping coming chapter in the mind, capacitor chapter. Because there if you go wrong, finish, everything will go wrong here. Because 2 plates shall bring, that will become capacitor. That's why. So he wanted to have a exact clarity here. So there's a one statement he has put it. No, each face of a charged conducting sheet will behave as a non-conducting sheet. I think the diagram itself is showing it, no? Here. You see charge is present on phase 1 and no charge on phase 2. Charge is present on phase 4, no charge on phase 3. So now I'll write the equation. What is the field at point P? Who will contribute field at point P? The field at point P is due to anything directed towards right. Let me take positive. E3 plus E2 bar. The field at point P is contributed by these 2 phases. E3 is how much? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught I cap, sigma by 2 epsilon naught minus I cap. This is 0. Got it, no? No, so field at point S. We know field at point S how much? It is equal to this much, no? All of you just make observation. It's a really very simple. You can, plenty of numericals are there again with the sigma by epsilon naught. This is the field due to conducting sheet. So what is the value of ES? This is nothing but ES equal to ER equal to sigma by epsilon naught. This I'll show using Gauss law what we brought it. Now, instead of Gauss law, I'm asking you to think the different way. So field at S, who will contribute? Field at S is contributed by 3 and 1. Sir, why you are thinking like this? Similar to, you assume that charge is present only on surface 1 and 4, no? And any charge present at 1, what will produce field in either direction. So we'll get it this one. So this will be, what is E3? E3 will be again sigma by 2 epsilon. So why sigma by 2 epsilon naught? Due to conducting sheet, sigma by epsilon naught. So look at the phase one. You look at the phase one, or the like a surface one. Surface one is having charge. Surface two will not have charge. Why? Because the conductor, no charge cannot reside inside the conductor. So how do this phase, right hand phase will appear like a non-conducting sheet? So what is the charge conducting sheet? Made up of two non-conducting charged sheets. This idea. So there's nothing called like a conducting sheet. So here after conducting sheet comes, you have to think about like a made up of two non-conducting charged sheets. So this should be equal to how much I cap. So this is sigma by epsilon naught I cap. Is it okay now? What we discussed in the Gauss, from the Gauss law, that I'm showing it here. Similarly, ER.
Sir, how did you get ES is equal to E3 plus E1?
Superposition principle. If two charges are there, I'll get you back. If there are two charges are there, tell me like field will be like this, no? I want field at this point. What you do? You're going to add up field due to these two charges, no? If I want field here, what pen? Like you are going to consider like a direction of these arrows, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you want field at point P, then what you are going to do? You are going to look at these two arrows. Okay.
Yes, sir.
At point S, I just to get the direction of field, I look at these two arrows. At point R, to get the direction of field at point R, I look at these two arrows. To get the direction of field at point P, I look at direction of these two arrows. Okay, no, so I'll go back to this one. No. What
Sir,
is it?
in the figure you have marked the two places as 0.1, two places 0.2, two places 0.3 like that. Matlab, which are you indicating E3 and E1? I'm not getting that, sir.
See, E3, this is this 3, no, 3 indicates E3, no. 2 indicates that arrow, you see, minus I. What do you mean by E3? The field, because like a charge present on surface 4, what will produce field on either direction, no? So therefore I have to write E3. At S, what happen? What all the charge present on 1 and 4 only will contribute field at all points. So we have to indicate like this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now ER is what? Due to E4 plus E2. The direction of field is what I'm calling E4, E2. The direction of field I'm giving name. E4 is what? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Okay, is justified. So this way of thinking is very important. It's what the SUMI is telling. Okay, rather than you apply Gauss and get the field due to conducting sheet. Okay, fine. But always assume conducting sheet to be made up of two non-conducting charges sheet, and analyze the problems is what is telling us. Okay, almost 1 page discussion is there in SUMI. Okay, I'll proceed for next, the same thing. So we'll go for conducting shell. Even the conducting shell also similar to large non-conducting sheet only. Thin conducting shell, I'll take it. Or conducting sphere, no problem. So here, conducting sphere. I'm going to introduce to the concept of So this is iron sphere, let it be. So we know charge is distributed uniformly on its surface. Let Q be the charge given to it. I'm introducing the idea of electric pressure. Let the total charge be Q. Now, so what is the topic name? Called as electric pressure. See the word pressure. Pressure means what? Force by area. From where force is coming? Let's check that one. What is the field due to? What is the field due to conducting surface? Sigma by epsilon naught. So here the same analysis I'm asking you to do that one. So let this be 1, 2, some symmetric one. I'll take it. Okay, take 1, 2 surfaces like this, 3 and 4, or diametrically opposite faces. You can take it. Okay, now what is the field? I'll draw a line. Okay, now look at the field produced by this one. So how E1 will be? Shall I put E1 like this? And similarly, what happens? The charge present here will also produce field. Similarly, the charge present at point 4. What are 1, 2? 1, 2 are okay. Now it is like this. Okay, look at all of you clearly this. Why field at point 0? Because E2 equal to E3, they're pointing equal and opposite. What about E1? E1 equal to E2 should be equal to E3 should be equal to E4 should be equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Will agree? I'm equating this one. Come for this. So is it similar to like a non-conducting conducting sheet only? I brought here. So why field at point 0? We know that inside the conductor, due to static charges, field should be 0. So therefore it will be 0. Why 0? Because of E3 and E2 will be equal and opposite. Just I give some like that. You have to assume two symmetric elements. Due to any two symmetric element will be 0. Like that, the resultant field at point 0 will be 0. If you are thinking mathematically, or in terms of Gauss law, just draw a Gaussian surface here. Then what is the net charge enclosed? Will be 0. That's why the field is 0. Either Gauss law, or if you're thinking mathematically, then you have to analyze like this here. Okay, let's come for that one. So what is the field now? Shall we assume that one? The charge present, I'm going to show charge with the blue color. The charge present here. Will it experience any force due to E3? The charge dq which is present, will it experience any force? As it is. Similarly, the charge present at 4, will it experience any field, any force due to E2? As it is. The charge present at 1 will experience a force due to field E3. Similarly, the charge present at 4 will experience a force due to field E2. So I'm going to calculate that particular force here. The charge will not reside inside the conductor. So therefore, I'm just showing the charge only on outer surface here. So what is the observation now? The charge present at the charge dq present at 1, the charge dq present at 1 will experience a force due to E3. Similarly, the charge dq present at 4 will experience force due to E2. I'm interested on this force, so therefore what is the dF is equal to? dF is equal to, at 1, let me discuss first. At 1, so dF is equal to E3 into dq charge. Okay, we know what is E1, E2, E3 all. That should be equal to how much? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught. So write it here, sigma by 2 epsilon naught. What is dq? Surface charge density is sigma, no? So dq is what you can write it as sigma into ds. ds is small elemental area. Like a football patch, you can take it. So finally,
How did you get sigma by 2 epsilon naught?
what is the field? What is the electric field due to a conducting sheet due to each phase? Sigma by 2 epsilon naught, no?
But that
Just
is a large plane sheet, no sir.
there's also large plane sheet only. I'm seeing this large plane sheet only. What do you mean by large plane sheet? Which will not have ends, no? Where is the ending? Where is the beginning? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. Just like here, actually, sir, is it a iron sphere or a large charges sheet? Yes, both are same. But sir, field uniform here, non-uniform. So in terms of here, because the large charge conducting sheet, no beginning, no end. Here also no beginning, no end. So dF by dA should be equal to sigma square by 2F. You see force per unit area. This will become electric pressure. Books, there no any specific symbol. Let me use PE, that one, electric pressure. So this is called as electric pressure. Under action of this pressure, what will happen? The sphere will try to expand or contract. Will expand, no? Similarly, the charge on surface 4 will experience a force due to this. So how do this force dF will be acting? The force dF will be acting in this direction. Getting the idea, no? So not only at these points, at all points. So how do that force will be radially outward? That force per unit area is what we can call electric pressure. So it is equal to sigma square by 2 epsilon naught. So like this will bring it. Means now, sir, even the square plate also will experience any force. Yes, that also will be there. Huh? So instead of coming here, we could have did that here only now. So in this particular square sheet, so what you can do is you can assume now a charge present here. So I'll show it here now. It'll be. Can you calculate any electric pressure in this case also? Yes, it is. So let's assume here charge dq. Same thing, dF will come. So here also you can bring the same idea, that one. So the field, the charge present on surface 1 will experience force due to E3. Then write the equation again, you'll get that one. So here also what the plate will, under action of the charge, what the plate wants to expand. The elastic forces will counterbalance. So charged conducting sheet will it be under any stress? As the stress inside the charge conducting sheet should be non-zero, because altogether the plate will experience a force like this. If you take the sphere, no? So what the sphere? Sphere is experiencing a radial outward force due to electrostatics. Then what point? Definitely it is under stress. Elastic forces will come and will balance that particular electrostatic force. Same thing with the plate also. The same thing with the plate also. That stress inside the conducting sheets, charged surfaces should be non-zero. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss some application problems on all these things. Next class we'll discuss that one. So this is about the you can say in the book they called electric pressure, that one. Okay, fine. So whenever you get this particular conducting sheet, charged conducting sheet, so you must be aware of this idea of the electrostatic pressure here. The concept of this is very important. Like a charged conducting sheet should be treated like a, each face of a conducting sheet should be treated like a made up of non-conducting charge sheet. Means you look at this one, the statement which I was saying, no? So charge will reside only on outer surface, no inner surface not there. So therefore, one charged conducting plate is made up of two non-conducting charged sheets. If you can think in that way, I think problem is very, very simple here. Each face of a charged conducting sheet will behave as a non-conducting charged sheet. Face I'm telling. If you take any plate, no, it will have two faces. Each face will behave like a one non-conducting charge sheet. This is a core idea. Okay, tomorrow we'll continue from here. You can work out numericals based on all these ideas what I discussed. Okay, thank you all of you. I'll continue from tomorrow from here. Okay, thank you all of you. Take care. Bye. See you.